Right now, Teslas are very cool. Solar panels on roofs, very cool. But how can the average consumer benefit more from and low economic consumer benefit more from renewables and clean energy?
Well, unfortunately, you see this in so many places, right? New Jersey just was proud to announce a $5,000 tax credit for people who buy electric vehicles. Well, who's going to buy that $40,000 to $80,000 vehicle? New Jersey has grant programs for solar rooftop owners, which we talked about a moment ago. Candidly, I think you've got to get away from tax credits and grant programs, because the beneficiaries of tax credits are people who pay lots of money in taxes. That's not your lower income groups. And the beneficiaries of grant programs are still those folks who have the upfront capital to pay the non-grant component of whatever investment they're making, be that a rooftop solar system or an efficient refrigerator. And I know this sounds very parochial and it sounds very self-serving, but if you're worried about universal access to these technologies, go to the entity that has delivered universal access, and that would be a regulated utility. We can be directed as to which customers to serve. In fact, we've run some very modest energy efficiency programs, which we're trying to expand tenfold, but are waiting for regulatory approval to do that. And we've run them at low-income communities. We've run them in multifamily dwellings. We've run them in public institutions that everyone benefits from: hospitals, government buildings, educational institutions. So we're the one entity that can be directed in terms of the markets that we provide these services to and the customer demographics that get served. And I think that that would be the most effective tool at bringing these important services to those who otherwise won't be able to enjoy them.
You know, as we talk about the potential for behavioral changes that impact the individual, but the corporation, what, from your perspective and from your chair, what are the most pressing issues related to climate science right now?
So I think one of the ways that you get people to change their behavior or think about their behaviors by sending them a clear signal. And what's missing throughout our society right now is a clear economic signal of the challenges associated with emitting carbon and the benefits of not emitting carbon. So we've been big advocates of getting a, quote, price on carbon. And that can mean different things to different people. We're not religious about whether it needs to be a carbon tax or cap and trade system, but a recognition that when you burn a fossil fuel, it's not free. And that when you subsidize renewables, you ought to think about, where am I with respect to the natural resource, and is there a better choice that can be made by maybe having the resource located somewhere else and then transported to me through a transmission line or things of that nature. So unfortunately, in the absence of a clear price on carbon, I think we're not maximizing our environmental dollars. As a matter of fact, I know we're not maximizing our environmental dollars.